My name is Oponya Kolo Eugene. I'm the founder of Wazalendo Movement Africa. We have converged here for a purpose that all of us need to engage. As you can see, we have the ruling party, which is here to also advocate for climate change. And climate change has been a menace. And like you all know, we all need to come up with plans on how to combat this menace. Because all of us breathe the fresh air. All of us are yearning for fresh air. So if that is the case, it means we all need to get out. We all need to come and advocate for what is right for the climate change. We all need to come out as young people and plant trees. We all need to come out as young people and clean rivers, clean cities, to make sure this menace of climate change can be combated in a way that it does not affect the future generation. Yes, I agree we are the future generations. But then, if we don't take care of the environment right now, it will be so hard for us to be in that future we are all yearning for. As you can see, the reason why we have engaged with the football teams is there is what we call sports for climate action. And for sports for climate action, it entails few things. This is whereby the funds, the players, they emit carbon emissions to the world. And if that is the case, all of us, the football teams, the players, the fans, we need to come out and synthesize the community. We need to come out and start plans like these ones to plant trees in all cities, in all sports facilities. As you can see, we've started here at Bosco Boys. And here, Bosco Boys is a place whereby they nurture talents. At the same time, there is education going on for the downtrodden people in the society. And so I urge all of you, I urge young people, I urge all the men and women to come out clearly and support the cause whereby we need to advocate for what is right for the climate change. As we have always said, it is what we call climate justice. And the ruling party, as you can see, the ruling party is here. It means this is the significant moment whereby the government of the day, the government of President William Ruto, it knows that what we call climate change has been a menace and it needs to be addressed both through the parties, both through the players in the political hemisphere, both through the people in the opposition, and also the people who feel like they should not participate in politics. Climate change is not politics. Climate change is something all of us need to participate in. And if that is the case, ain't no way you will say I don't want to participate in a tree planting exercise just because you have not been invited or you feel like that is not something you should not be doing. We all will be affected. If you look at the current trajectory, there has been serious droughts out there. There has been floods. We have seen in Kambani people die. The only menace, the only way to treat that and make sure all of us are safe, we need to plant trees. We need to come up with smart agriculture. As you can see, we as Wazalendo Movement Africa, we are here to advocate for what is right for the environment. And at the same time, we are here to bring all the players together. You can see this is the ruling party. And there are different people in this vicinity whereby not everyone subscribes to what the government entails. But because of such activities of climate change, we are all here. We have all converged here without our political affiliations because environment will affect all of us, not because you are in opposition or in government. So I urge all of you, if you see the ruling party here, don't try to paint the movement from a different perspective. No, this is an initiative where all of us need to participate in. This is an initiative whereby none of you should feel politically affiliated to an environment cause. Because when the drought strikes, it never knows if this is an opposition person or a government person. So it means all of us need to come out clearly and say, no, it is enough, enough, and enough. It is time for action for climate change, and this action needs to be seen on the ground. And it can only be seen on the ground if we young people converge together, come up with a serious initiative, involve the government, involve the opposition, involve the corporates, involve banks, involve Safaricom. Each and every person must be involved, especially the airlines. These are the key emitters in what we call carbon emissions. So if that is the case, all of us need to be part of this.
Yeah. Can we have two representatives from both sides? One from this team and the other one from the other? How are you?
I'm good.
Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your
My name is Odongo Samuel from the UDA party. We are glad to participate in this initiative. One of the points, if all of us, I think we are updated, if we are following keenly what is happening in the world, is that Africa is slowly turning into a desert, and then that means that our future generations are at risk. So we must take this initiative in our own hands and plant trees. Back to where I represent the government and the ruling party, I think climate change is one of our main agenda, and we started the initiative of planting the 15 billion trees, and we are asking everyone, this is not the initiative of the ruling party alone, this is a collective agenda, and we must join hands in achieving this. So if you plant a tree today, you save a life tomorrow. Thank you.
Usikie kizungu.
How are you?
Fiti.
Introduce yourself.
Kwa majina ni Onguso Wesley. Natoka AV Fitness Legends. So hii initiative ya leo tumekuja hapa ya wazalendo kupanda miti, tunafurahia kwa sababu ukiangalia mitaani kila mahali ndio watu wamekata miti mob. So tunataka at least tupande hizi miti kuweze kuwa na mvua, watu waweze kupata chakula, kila kitu. Unajua tukiona green environment vitu zinakuwa sawa. So Kenya tunaweza shukuru Oposh, tuendelee hivyo. Isikuwe leo ndio mwanzo peke yake, iendelee kabisa tukipartner na wenzetu AV, Wazito, UDA, kadhalika wote tukuje pamoja kama ma youth man. Unajua soka ndio inaleta watu wote dunia mzima pamoja. So tuendelee kuja tuweze kufanya hii initiative iweze kuendelea mbele. So next event tunangependa tu invite watu wengi so that tuweze kupanda miti mob. Tusiwe tu ni leo tu tuko watu wachache, team 3. So tungependa ikue ni kitu pia inakuwa recognized kwa hii Kenya yetu yote. So kama ni hii Grey Wazalendo wameleta hii information, so tuweze kuwa wengi na tuweze kupiga hii shughuli kwa pamoja, kwa utaratibu. Na pia kabisa amani tu ndio mbe. Shukran.
Thank you.
Maxwell Odera is my name. I represent Wazito team. So I think this initiative is not the first time Wazito is getting involved. We've been having such initiatives and we do encourage them to continue in the same spirit of keeping our environment green. So I would say this is not the end. This is more of a continuation of what we've been doing as Wazito team in partnership also with the other two teams, AV Fitness and UDA, who are here with us. So we want also to thank Wazalendo movement and everyone who is involved in this initiative. So let us keep it together. Let us continue growing trees, not only today, but in every sphere of our lives. In our neighborhoods, it takes one person to grow a tree. But then the people who would benefit generally are not this generation. We're actually planting it for the generations to come. So keep it up and let this initiative continue. Thank you very much.
So, Eugene, I have 2 questions.
Yes,
The last time we were with you, you were planting trees in prison.
Yes.
And it was so nice. Now, this is actually the second time we are with you now.
Yeah.
Tell us maybe what's your way forward? Were you advocating for climate change?
Yeah.
And we've seen right now you have 3 teams.
Yeah.
Do you have plans of maybe now coming up with other teams, not only footballers?
Yeah.
We have other teams around.
Let me be clear. You know, we have a trajectory we need to follow as the movement, whereby, as you can see, the name depicts, this was Zalendo Movement Africa. These are not initiatives in Nairobi. There are many initiatives going on. Sometimes maybe we just don't invite you, but there is a lot happening. So as you can see, we have 3 teams here. We were supposed to be 4 teams, but the other team came late. So the reason as to why we chose the teams is, and abscond the prisons department for a little bit, because the teams carry a lot of weight. As you can see, all these teams have funds. Every fitness has funds. Wazito has a lot of funds. UD has a lot of funds. So if we incorporate all these teams into the climate change action, we will achieve what we want to achieve as a movement and also as a nation, because as you can see, the president and the first lady, Mama Rachel Ruto, the other day they launched 500 million trees in the 2030. Those are only fruit seedlings. So if to keep up with that pace, to keep up with the same pace, we as a Zalendo movement, we are creating orchards in prison. We are creating orchards in churches. We are creating orchards in schools. We are going to create orchards in hospitals. So we have greening of hospitals coming up in the next month. We also have another event coming up at Karumenu Dam on 27th of April, whereby we intend to plant 10,000 trees at the Karumenu Dam, and we invite everyone, the government agencies, the corporates and everyone. And we urge the Cabinet Secretary for Sports, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, because this is his initiative. This is part of the movement, is part of Wazalendo Movement Africa, and as you can see, we are here to advocate for what he's trying to do in the grassroots. As you can see what Honorable Ababu Namwamba has been doing, he has tried to bring back football where it was before. But there is a lot of things coming up in the football fraternity where there is cleanup needs to be done. But besides that, we have merged with them to see if we can help grow a lot of trees in this country and achieve the 15 billion trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so far so good. How many trees have you planted?
So far we've planted 250,000 trees in the entire country. But you know, many people confuse climate change with planting trees. There is a lot of aspects on climate change. There is the cleaning of rivers, which we've been doing in Nairobi. There is cleaning of taking care of wetlands, which we have been doing in Marurui Primary. There is also what we call smart agriculture. We as Wazalendo Movement Africa, we involve in smart agriculture. We are planting our own food as the young people to cater for food security. You know, a lot of people think climate change is all about planting trees. No, even if you're involving yourself into agricultural sector, you're doing what we call climate mitigation at the same time. And you also are trying to curb the food insecurity that we have as a country. As I always say, it never makes sense to me, a country like Kenya, a continent like Africa, we're still struggling with the food insecurity. All of us can get food. All of us have the chance to eat if we all embrace farming. Farming is something all of us need to partake in. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Acha tupande miti sasa.
Sawa.
Okay.